how's it going, everyone? Hope y'all are having an awesome day. I'm up here riding my KLX 250 in the mountains. It's a beautiful day today. And I thought today I would talk about the pros and cons of owning a KLX 250. So this is a 2007 KLX 250. It was the second year that they were produced, 2006 being the first year. And I know there's a lot of people, especially like myself, before I bought this bike, and I didn't really know much about dual sports, I didn't really know which one to buy, and there's a lot of options. There's the Yamaha XT 250, which was one of the main competitors, Suzuki DR200, the DRZ 400, there's the KLX 650, there's a lot of different options for real. And sometimes it's hard to sift through those to decide which one you really want. So I'm going to talk about the pros first, and then I'll go into the cons of owning this bike. So the number one pro I've found so far is just reliability and trustworthiness. So I've owned a lot of motorcycles. This is the first dual sport I've ever owned. And this bike it's not going to get you there fast, but it'll never ever let you down. It's never let me down once. I've only put about 1,500 miles on it since I bought it, and it's got 10,250 miles on it right now. So it's not too old of a bike. It doesn't have that many miles, but no matter what, it will always start up instantly and will run perfectly. Even if you crash it, you hold it upside down, doesn't matter. The thing will just always run, and you can depend on it. It's a bike that you don't feel like you're going to be left stranded, and you can just really trust it. So that's the main thing I love about it. The second thing I love about it is that compared to all the other prices of dual sports and the 3-hour drive around where I live, KLX 250s are by far the cheapest and just the easiest to find in general. So I bought this bike for $2,100, and it had a little under 9,000 miles on it, and it had no problems at all when I bought it. And I thought that was a pretty damn good deal compared to like the DRZ 400, the Yamaha XT 250, all these other bikes. They're selling for well over $3,000, and some of the sellers, you couldn't talk them down either. So that was definitely, price was an important factor, because I needed something, like I didn't have that much money when I bought the bike. Another great thing about this bike is the gearing is nearly perfect for any type of riding, for either off-road or on-road. So essentially you can either cruise going 70 miles per hour without any problems, or you can go up super steep hills in first gear without any problems. Now if you're doing anything that's really, really, really muddy, then I would recommend changing your front sprocket just to give you a little bit more torque. But in general, I think the gearing on this bike is amazing. I was actually worried that it would not be able to cruise well going on like paved roads, but that has not been the problem at all. I've actually had a blast going on paved roads, and like the bike corners pretty well, as you can see right now. It really corners with confidence, and it's just a joy to ride. So now some of the cons of the bike that I want to talk about, and there are a few things about this bike that do drive me crazy. Well, not drive me crazy, but they're annoyances for sure. And the first major annoyance, if you've ridden other motorcycles in the past, is that this bike, it's not going to get you there anywhere very fast. It's really underpowered, and mine is completely stock. It has not been molested in any way whatsoever. So you can definitely make them faster if you want, but I'm talking completely stock, because most likely that's what you're going to buy is completely stock. They're not fast. 0 to 60 is probably like over 10 seconds on this thing. So that's just something you got to keep in mind. Another con is that the seat height, if you're over 6 feet tall, it's fine, but if you're shorter than 6 feet, it's a pretty tall bike. I think the seat height is around a little over 35 inches, which is tall. Even for a dirt bike, that's pretty damn tall. So that's another thing you gotta remember, is the seat height. It could just be too tall of a bike for you. And on my bike in particular, the person that bought it, who owned it before me, was around 5'9", and he actually cut out part of the seat. I doubt y'all could have seen that, but he cut out the foam in the seat, and I haven't gotten around to fixing it yet. So he cut out the foam in order to basically be able to reach the pegs and be able to touch the ground. But that makes the ride like really uncomfortable compared to like having a seat with full padding. But I guess that is one thing you could do to fix it. But I've read about a lot of people on the forums cutting out the seat or getting lowering springs or stuff like that. Another con to this bike is the gas tank. For something that you're going to be taking on adventures, the gas tank is really damn small. Like, I ran out of gas after riding this thing 85 miles. It ran out of gas, and that was when I first got it. I had no idea it would run out of gas that quick. The gas tank is, I believe, 1.5 gallons, which is really, really small, and you can probably push it to like 110, 120 miles if you're doing paved stuff. But when you're doing off-road riding, I've noticed it burns a whole lot more gas. It really, like, it'll get like 50 miles per gallon minimum if you're doing paved riding, but off-road, it's not going to get that much. So if you're actually going on any adventures, like long-term things, you're going to either need to get an extended tank, which I think looked pretty ugly on this bike, or just take a gas can with you. I haven't taken it on any adventures over 90 miles. Another con that I think is just my bike, not KLX 250s in general, especially the 2007 year, is that it doesn't shift very well. You really have to give it some muscle to get it in gear sometimes, and sometimes when you're going from first to second, you have to shift it really hard to get it to pop into second. And I tried changing the oil, and I tried doing a bunch of stuff, and some days it shifts perfectly fine. Like today it's shifting amazing, but in general, the shifting on this bike is not buttery smooth by any means. And so if you're looking for that, you might want to look elsewhere. But once again, that could be my bike in particular. This is the only KLX 250 that I've ever ridden, so it could just be a little bit of my bike just is a little rougher than others. Who knows? Who knows? Another pro that I forgot to mention, holy shit. Dude. There's a fucking bear in that tree. Holy fucking shit. There's a goddamn bear in that tree. There is literally a bear in the tree. Okay. Well, this is weird. Alright, well, hopefully we'll see some more bears, because that was freaking badass. Like, I love seeing them out here. They've always been friendly. I've never seen one that seemed in any way aggressive, but you never know. Another pro of this bike that I forgot to mention is the luggage rack is really sturdy, and they got rid of that on the newer KLX 250s from 09 until current day. So to me that's really important, because I bought this bike purely as an adventure bike, a bike that can take me, you know, to buy groceries, or it can take me on an epic adventure through like forest roads for like 100 miles straight. So not having a luggage rack at all and having to buy an aftermarket one that's probably a few $100s, that's just a pain in the ass, you know. I don't want to deal with that. All in all, as an introduction into dual sport riding, I think the KLX 250, especially the 06 and the 07 models, I think they're basically the perfect introduction bike, because they're great on-road and they're also great off-road. Like, my friend has I think it's a 2002 Kawasaki Super Sherpa 250, And that thing is just geared in such a way that it just can't keep up on the road, and it's also air cooled, so it's just not really good if you're gonna ever take it on the highway. Whereas this bike, you can take it on the highway all day, then take it straight to the trails. But like I said earlier, if you need something that's fast, you're gonna have to modify this bike or buy like a DRZ 400 or KLX 650 that's already faster stock, because this thing stock, it's pretty gutless, man. It's in no hurry to get anywhere. It's a snoozer. It is a snoozer. But you can still have fun with it, man. I'm having a bunch of fun tonight, just cruising these roads, these good old mountain roads. Yeah, so all in all, the bike's a great deal. You can find one used for really cheap, and you can probably sell it for around the price you paid for it if you take really good care of it. Maybe even more than you paid for it if you do some mods to it. But yeah, hope you liked the video. Any questions you have about the bike, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And message me if you think you know where I live, and we can go riding sometime, because I'm always looking for people to go riding with. Alright, see y'all. Take it easy.